Hello, hello. I hope you're doing magnificent today. Warhammer40k Rogue Trader just released. Certainly one of the games I was looking forward to a lot throughout the years, throughout this year, because, yeah, I mean, RPG, Warhammer40k, sounds pretty good, right? It's actually also the first time I'm booting this up, so if you haven't played it yet, just as unexperienced as you are, and will try to learn on the fly. Lord Captain, long lost worlds filled with unknown perils, deadly enemies and ancient mysteries await you. Bring the word of the Emperor to the Corona's expense or die trying. Probably it's gonna be the second one, but let's see how far we are getting. Okay, yeah, why not? Okay, we got as it seems, different scenarios to choose from. I guess this is just preparation for later DLCs. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna play on normal, as I'm not really sure what is awaiting me and haven't played the CRPG in ages, to be fully honest. Take up the mantle of a rogue trader, the sign of an ancient dynasty of daring privateers that reign over their trade protectorate and explore the fringes of the known galaxy. Darkness looms over the bloodline of Van Valencius as it faces multiple threats from within its own ranks and without, as countless enemies seek to destroy the most daring and brave agents of humanity. It is up to you to hold the reins of the shattered protectorate and forge a new path for the Valencius dynasty, or Valencius, currently finding itself in a vortex of wars, intrigues, calamities and heresy. The stakes are high and rise even higher as you cross paths with terrifyingly powerful and ambitious adversaries in the darkness of the Corona's expanse. That sounds well inviting for Warhammer 40k, could be worse, so let's go. As mentioned before. Yes, we got a nice little character creator. We got some obviously prepared characters if you just want to jump in and don't care about the character itself. But I would like to create my own one, I think, as I also would like to get through all these steps. Who's the most fuzzy McGee of them? This does not represent my actual look, I'm just how I would imagine a fuzzy McGee to be. Do we have an Adeptus Mechanicus though? Doesn't look like it. Looks like we got Psychus from the visuals at least. Let's take the good old Commissar, I guess. Nails it. Maybe a little more beer. I'm feeling fine with it.
Stand a chance.
Okay.
Deliver their demise.
I'll make Empyrean. Take this sacrifice.
Time to reap the spoils of the battle.
Let my fury rain down upon thee.
Empyrean, take this sacrifice.
Perfect, right? No, I'm kidding.
Engage.
We have purified the
I think I like this
battlefield of
little
the
bit
enemy's taste.
overdone, zealous interpretation. Okay, I don't see me being able to add any more beard at this point. Oh, at least not in this selection. Doesn't seem like it. Okay, let's keep going. I mean, it's not that important, to be fully honest. Our homeworld. We can come from a Death World, a Voidborn, a Hive World, a good old Forge World, an Imperial World, or a Fortress World. Actually tending to a Fortress World. Never stop shooting. We get more perception, willpower, a little bit fellowshipless. Represents a character's ability to interact with other creatures, to deceive, charm, or befriend them. High fellowship will help a character to find a way to... Sounds awfully important. Maybe... I'm just gonna go with an Imperial World. Take all this good stuff. Then again, I'm not getting any modifiers. Okay. Well, I'm getting a +10 bonus too, basically. So I guess this is like the pretty good one, even though you're a bit of a fanatic to the Emperor itself, as it seems, which is not a bad thing, right? Let's do this. I feel a bit, yeah, maybe this is making it a little bit easier. I probably should have taken something with a little bit of downside, but as they are offering it, why not? Fellowship, willpower, perception, intelligence, agility. I'm actually thinking about if the fellowship allows me to persuade, question, and commerce skills. Let's take the fellowship. I like me some good talking. Astra Militarum Commander, a Commissar, a Crime Lord, a Ministerium Priest, a Navy Officer, Noble, Sanctioned Psyker. As mentioned before, I'm kind of tending to the Commissar. Just for, you know, they are good people. No, I'm kidding. They are definitely not good people, but I feel like as I'm kind of overwhelmed anyhow by all these different kind of skills and stuff, and don't want to spend ages boring you with reading all of them. I'm just gonna go by gut feeling, and yeah, we'll take the Commissar prophecy. Commissars of the Officio Perfectus are restless officers charged with maintaining the morale, discipline, and fighting spirit of the Astra Militarum Regiment. You used to be one of these faithful servants of the God Emperor, a living symbol of imperial authority, regarded with a mix of fear and awe by their subordinates. I wonder if taking another homeworld would have opened up other origins, but let's do the Commissar. Apex of brilliance, who played a key role in exposing conspiracy among your superior office in Astra Militarum Intelligence. Your name has become a synonym for loyalty and valor, and your visage has adorned many Imperial Guard propaganda posters. Huh. A direct heroic attack of an Imperial Guard regiment that breached the gates of a fortress held by heretics. So we get demolition, coercion, or logic. Let's take this route. The darkest hour. The soul of all who perished in a brutal offensive still haunt your nightmares and torture your soul. I don't know. For the accused of cowardice, you were forced to suffer through a humiliating tribunal. What? No. You were attacked by a group of renegade guardsmen during a mutiny and were beaten half to death. I can take that. That sounds like stuff that could have happened to me as a commissar. Being a dick to my man. Okay. Can take officer, operative, soldier, warrior. Officers use their willpower and fellowship to improve the combat capabilities of their allies, turning them into even greater threats on the battlefield. Extra turn, single target buff, rescuing allies, momentum. An operative uses intelligence and perception to find and exploit weaknesses in an enemy defense, none that can withstand an attack from an operative. Sounds like something like a sniper. A soldier is a master of all range weapons, quickly able to assume an advantageous position from where they stand ready to rain fire on the enemy. While well trained in a highly diverse range of arms, a soldier is particularly proficient at blasting their targets with burst fire and area weapons. Okay, I thought that was the melee class basically. I'm not gonna do that. I'm thinking either, well, maybe officer or soldier, to be honest. Then again, an officer would turn into... let's take the soldier. I guess it's pretty straightforward with the soldier type, but we probably will get other operatives on the fly, and I want to use all of the weapons that I find for sure. I want to be able to use them. So, yeah. Available points, okay. So as I'm a soldier, I'm gonna do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Also would have loved to bolster my intelligence. I feel like most of these skills are kind of known to me, even though I haven't played the game yet or any RPG lately. It's nothing new or groundbreaking and kind of logical what they would result in. I think I'm gonna skip the agility, maybe take more intelligence. Well, at least I hope I'm not like completely mistake what these things would be good for. A sword class frigate is sadly the only ship we can take at the moment, and we're gonna name it Invictum Erebus. No, we're gonna name it, oh god, please, no, we do not want to die. So we're not getting called out as heretics. Yes, that's a perfect name for a ship made for adventures. We're not gonna call ourselves Rogue Traders. This is a little bit boring. We could call him Sess or Clement. Man. Edmund. No, that's not the name we want. We will call him Hans van Bürstenkopf, which is a very important tool. Look it up on Google if you're interested. Alright. Let the reign of terror, I mean glory, begin.
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
Okay, I already like that it's being voice lined because I thought about it if it makes sense to read everything to you folks, but let's not do that because I would be not really making any progress if I only keep reading, so yeah. But whatever. Truly an awe-inspiring sight. Frankly, such access can be tiring at times. At this ostentatious luxury, this laughable pretense, it is enough to make one think that the architects meant to compensate rather than glorify. Have we met? Do you have a particular reason for disturbing me? I'm tending to one of these two as I want to be a little bit of an asshole. But very loyal to the God Emperor itself, just being a dick to other people, basically. Let's go with have we met.
Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtwehr, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencius. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
My name is Hans van Klobeskopf, Divisional Commissar of the Officio Perfectus Hans van Klobesen. Okay, I have no intention of introducing myself. Yes, we must
I am afraid I wouldn't be able to hide my
obtain dominance.
with who you are and where you come from, no matter how respectful I try to be of you and your wishes. After all, it is my primary duty to be well informed. Moreover, whatever bloodline name you used before, it no longer matters much. I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencius and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with her ladyship. Bear it with honor.
And one thing I have to say, on one hand, they really nailed this void ship atmosphere with 1,000 voices in the background and just overall being a very obnoxious area to be in, sound level wise, but it's kind of hard to listen to these dialogues. I hope you can understand them well. Lord Captain, strange title for the lazy Theodora. Why am I aboard this vessel? Why have been brought here? We have a curious title, Master of Whispers. What are your responsibilities? Tell me about one of whose ship I have found myself. You say I'm one of the Rogue Trader heirs, so there's another candidate? I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let us address it. Let's ask a few questions first.
And you will meet him soon enough. I would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back. Especially not on board her ship. No one knows better than I that whispers are wont to attract particularly close attention. Suffice it to say that her ladyship is the bearer of the sacred warrant of trade and a woman of immense power and entitlement. However privileged your position may be, I ask that you do not incur her anger by being disrespectful or obtuse. Lady Theodora despises both qualities. To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencius. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate her vulnerabilities and exploit those of others.
He's a snitch. That's what he wants to say. He's a effing snitch.
So that you may fulfill your blood duty. Whatever obligations you have.
Say my name.
They are henceforth null and void. By order of the Lord Captain, you have been requisitioned to serve the Rogue Trader, indeed blessed by the God Emperor.
Indeed.
I see that you are shocked. Yes, you understood correctly. Lady Theodora's authority indeed supersedes that of those whom you obeyed before. The Lord Captain's power is so great that she is capable of performing unthinkable feats, such as changing the fate of a servant of the Imperium. Your fate.
If she's the leader of the Rogue Trader, I think she's even above the Inquisitors, if I'm not wrong. Like lore-wise, Warhammer40k. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I think she should be actually above Inquisitors. And basically, her name is the law, or her saying is the law.
Such are the traditions of the Imperium. Lord Captain is the title that was established in the annals of the Lex Imperialis at the time when the first Rogue Traders entered the God Emperor's service, and therefore it is sacrosanct.
Let's
But
get to
of
the point.
course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far. The Lord Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
Good voice acting so far.
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
So he's not the fastest guy. Some objects in the game can be interacted with. I mean, that's nothing too great, I guess, but we can tap to see what those objects actually are. Can I talk to these people? Not really. Oh yeah, I can. Can hear their banter and their shatters.
Watches over us.
I agree. Oh. Okay, the Omnisire protects. We should follow his every word, the noble guest.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
I think they made this very well, stylistically. Do I have to open the door, I guess?
One of the Fon Valencia's trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
What's happening? Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
Alright, the first battle, let's go. Poor servitor probably turned insane here. Where are we? There we are. I wonder if we even get a turn here before this guy gets killed by the others. Oh, that had to hurt. Oh! I mean, that is pretty straightforward. That's why I'm just doing. I don't know if I even want to get close. I'm not sure though what my weapons are at the moment. Oh, I got a pistol. Alright, alright. Stop revolver. One-handed ranged weapon. Range is 6. Roughly
I am the
about there.
chosen weapon that will crush the heathens.
Action points. Yes. Certain abilities cost more action points. That is also a very known thing. I think I might not have enough action points left. Okay, okay. So let's just. I should have. What's these points? I guess these were the action points, and I also went -2. Hold on. No, I still got 4 action points. What happened? Oh. Ah, okay, I see. X is actually switching the weapon preloadout, so yeah, that was my bad. Alright. Can I still shoot you?
And so
Yes, I
shall
can.
it be done.
Can only shoot once though, so yeah, that's sad.
Actions will speak louder than words.
Let's just end the turn then, I guess. Ah, come on, hit him at least. Man, you guys are. How did you get an officer with these shooting skills? They're not doing that much, buddy. That's okay, I guess.
Your end is nigh. Let this be the warning to all who oppose us.
I'm scarcely believe it on a day like this.
Such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the Rogue Trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
There's the Imperial Guard.
I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
We should be capable of reaching that, hopefully. You can open the map. Yes, I can. Okay, probably somewhere around here. Okay, shouldn't have done that. There we go. Let's have a quick look. A tarantula sentry gun, nice.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
Ah, the good old Lehman Russ battle tank. So awesome looking. I always like these things. Besides the fact that they are very imposing on the battlefield. What is all that stuff? Okay. Huh? There's something missing. Okay, there's... Oh, okay. That's the actual stone. Didn't see
We
it first.
shall reclaim what is
Never mind.
rightfully ours.
Enough geology for now. I dig this ship. Question now would be, hello Mr. Tech Priest, can I join you?
Let the
'Cause
faith
my body
guide
is
my
weak.
path to glory.
Okay, that's probably the end of the deck. That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy. Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation, no worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Aeon 6 Edelthread? Survey the room. I'm here to speak with the Lord Captain. Listen in silence. Let's survey the room. Your first impression of Edelthread, who appears to be about 30 years old, is of parchment life, like skin stretched over tightly bundled mass of sinew, implants and bone. Holy. The nervously twitching fingers, the face twisted by a slight tick, and the jerky movements are all sign of some illness or defect that has taken over his physical form. Isn't he just a hologram? In stark contrast to Edelthread, Theodore from Valencia's features appear as if they were carved from marble, eternal and indestructible. Head raised high, proud posture, hands clasped casual behind her back. Jesus. Everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between her and Edelthread. I'm so sorry for the bad reading. As mentioned in several other videos, not my native language. I'm trying to get there. But reading is still sometimes hard, with, especially if they use this fancy lore style words. Behind the two of them you see two more men. One is a grey-haired officer of impeccable bearing, who is studying the contests of his data slate. The other is a behemoth bristling with holsters and baldricks containing all manner of weapons. Our second candidate has joined us. The dry female voice and the powerful feeling of being watched forced you to look at Theodora. The Rogue Trader is looking straight at you, and her gaze, like herself, is predatory and oppressive. Hans van Klobiuskopf, approach and give me your answer. Your character skills reflect their knowledge and capabilities. Sometimes there's a skill test. Lore, Xenos, succeed. Those spirits could well be the... Okay. Ooh, that's a lot to read. I hoped a little bit more was voice lined. I guess I was wrong. The beginning was nice though. Consider a hypothetical situation. Aeon 6, a new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects of large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure? Those spirits could well be the natives' name for dangerous aliens. I would first verify if that's indeed the case and if the population of Aeon 6 engages in Xenon worship. Warp. There are ways to confirm whether what is happening on is witchcraft or not. It might cost several psychers to do so, but it will give us the answer. And let's go with the Xenos one first. Reasonable and prudent, however, crashing after ethereal creatures may prove a rather long and fruitless endeavor. Apart from Xenos, an untrodden planet might be teeming with myriad horrors that are far from dangerous and difficult to eradicate. I suspect that you, Hans van Klossbürskopf, are simply unaware of their existence. I gave a straight answer to a simple question, which, as I understand, was still more than you could do, Edelthread. We are both servants of the God Emperor and Lady Theodora. Does it become anyone of our status to engage in petty feuds? I find the term most disagreeable, Elspeth. You will kindly alter the manner in which you address me, or else I will live to regret that consequence. Shut your mouth before I decide to shut it for you. Ah. Let's go with this one. We must obtain dominance. Well, I find your company disagreeable, Hans van Klosenberg, and yet I am forced to endure such. Edithred, I believe I gave you an assignment on the ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview. I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time. I guess we got a new best friend over here. So, Hans van, why are you here? Was it not you who sent for me? There are questions that I wish to have answered. I do not know just yet. I hope you will clarify that. Clarity, a luxury that few of us can afford. There's a reason why I did not explain all the details of the question I posed to you earlier. Beyond the borders of the Imperium, seldom is one granted an opportunity to enjoy information in abundance. This, however, is one such opportunity. My name is Theodora van Valencius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. My rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic, the warrant of trade. Kept aboard this very vessel, mine is the honor to venture into the darkness beyond the Imperium and carry humanity's light where power, wicked and heretical reign in both death and ruin to us all. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, resources, people, riches and mystery, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you, Hans van Klobuskopf, are one of those with the Van Valencia's blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes. I am ready to take on this sacred purpose. It's all too sudden for me. Does this mean there are other heirs? Naturally, some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edithred may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate. Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of the warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Konrad Voigtveer served me for many years before he made his mistake. If you are satisfied with Edithred, then what sense is there in having this conversation? Why are you wasting your time on me? Did I hear correctly? The Master of Whispers is related to you? Thank you for clarifying. May I ask my questions now? Let's see first. Impatience. I am rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to circumstances and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Edithred as my successor, I will still require loyal advisors. The skill and knowledge you acquire in your former life may prove invaluable here for the Corona's spans. Once you were a commissar of the Imperial Guard, a political officer who was not afraid to face his own death or to send his underlings to theirs. Resolve, face, implacability. All of it gives one of a unique perspective when presented with a situation where a less steadfast individual could falter. Trust me, your future holds plenty of situations where your commitment to your duty or your house's interests will be one of your strengths. Moreover, even changing your family name will not rid you of the fame you previously garnered. I hope it will also help you bring glory to the Van Valencius dynasty, to which you now belong. His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear his name, Van Valencius, even if he avoids using it publicly. and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. The door, however, is close to him. Void via performance in his current role is satisfactory, or it used to be at least. Thank you for clarifying. May I ask my questions now? The vox affixed to Theodore's attire suddenly comes to life, but all you can hear is unintelligible noise. Theodore winces, shuts off the transmission and gives you an imperious nod. As some time before, the navigator gives the signal to initiate the void ship translation out of the warp, and my presence is required on the bridge. Navigator translation, what are those things? Theodore shakes her head. Sometimes I forget that people without direct access to a ship's bridge may not know the first thing about how a void ship travels between the stars. Oh, we know. Vessels such as this one are capable of leaving real space and traversing into the warp, an otherworldly dimension of cruel and unsinkable forces. By entering it under the protection of the Geller field, we shorten the route to our destination, crossing distances that would require hundreds of years in a matter of weeks instead, sometimes in days or even hours. This is how humanity spread across the galaxy. This is how we were able to build the Imperium, which spans millions of stars. This is how we created chaos, our worst enemy, and made our lives harder. Oh, sorry, that's actually not in the text. An incident took place on the officer's deck. Some servitors went berserk and attacked the crew. Is that so? Perhaps the technomats were carelessly during maintenance, or it could be the war playing tricks on us in spite of the Geller field. Or perhaps there's something to all the stories about the ship being possessed after all. Theodora laughs. The grey-haired officer gives the Rogue Trader a look of cautious disapproval. Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about by uneducated riffraff. Enough, Abelard. Such heresy amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything she learns from the whispers of her unseen advisors. The ship is thousands of years old. It has enough hidden nukes, malfunctioning cogitators, and unused compartments to make ignorant folks speak of specters dwelling inside the bulkhead and plotting against those who yet live. Where is your ship headed? The Rykard system, the domain of the Rogue Trader Winterscale, one of my peers and rivals. Only 3 Rogue Traders exist in the Coronis Expanse, and each of them possesses resources comparable to mine. Perhaps you will one day assist House Van Valankius in surpassing both of them in affluence and splendor. I set course for Rykard on the demand. Theodora grimaces. She gives you a stern look, then shrugs. For a very specific reason. Perhaps I shall yet apprise you of the purpose for this voyage, but now is not the time. What are my current responsibilities? Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard this vessel and in your new position. Eventually I will find a post that suits you, as I did for Eaglesred. Until that time comes, consider yourself my aide. Gracious Lord Captain, surely there are ways I can prove myself a worthy heir. You can start by not asking questions of this sort. I have no need for psychopath fans. I will draw my conclusion when an opportunity to prove yourself arises. As for when you will be granted that opportunity, only the God Emperor knows. I have no more questions. In that case, I shall head to Theodora. Vox awakens once more. This time you pick up shouting. The Lord Captain freezes, listening to the Voxcast, then nods and draws her weapon. Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Senechal, if the need arises, protect the new blood. She glances at you. It is possible that the chance to prove your worth may present itself sooner than you may have anticipated. What? Oh, is there mutiny going on? Oh. Let's go! Those non-believers shall see the righteous path of the Emperor in a bit, when they are all dead. She just had 200 HP, I think so. You guys are fucked. Oh yeah. Do you guys even need me? Shall I? Can I? I think I'm just getting a snack. They got this. They don't even need me. Ah, don't shoot me. Now it's on. Now it's effing on. I was about to get the snack, but I'm not. No, I'm not taking this shit from you. In your face. Also, I'm gonna do my run and gun. that gives me the capability of shooting another time, if I understood that correctly, yes. Right in the face. Well, actually the upper body, but, you know, gotta keep the spirit up.
Oh, my ears are ringing.
If it's nothing else, you're good, buddy. Oh, he's taking some hits.
Abelard.
Oh, it's Abelard, not Abelard. Okay, I'm sorry.
One fewer target.
Oh my god. Well, when I see it like that, I might have wanted to take a melee hero. When I see this again, I'm very happy with having taken soldier. Holy hell, I want a melter. Or your plasma gun, maybe. This was insane. I feel so weak right now. Like mentioned earlier, I don't think they necessarily needed me in this fight, but doing my part. At least kill 3 of them. Theodore raised her hand in a commanding gesture. Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single horse son survive. The Rogue Trader turns her eyes to you. Didn't bat an eye when the scum burst onto the deck. Not bad. I've seen many officers who panicked at the sight of combat on the upper decks. The false sense of security offered by their position makes them that much more vulnerable to the harsh realities of warp travel. She looks at the Vox in her hand. All you can hear is lifeless static. What is happening? From what we have seen, Hans, I can speculate that we are dealing with some variety of madness induced by warp travel. The Sinestral is astonishingly calm for someone who just survived the sudden attack. Such episodes are not uncommon amongst Voidsmen who have found themselves outside the boundaries of real space. Tough, such episodes seldom spill onto the other decks. Theodore clicks her box a few times. The casters are not walking or have been sabotaged. Either the warp is toying with us or someone went to great length to cut the ship's communication. I will need a direct channel to the engines here, Prime, before I can get a sense of what we are up against. Whatever it may be, keep your weapons at the ready. I imagine this it will be some time before we no longer need them. How could there be armed people in the ranks of the crew who would dare to attack the Lord Captain? The Seneschal gives you a gloomy look. Trust me, Hans, this is hardly surprising for a crew of thousands. The lower decks are a fertile environment for discontent and heresy. No matter how one tries to incinerate any seeds before it can take root, all it takes is a hint of warp influence to cloud the minds of normally obedient cattle. Sporadic riots on the lower decks never reach the compartments. Theodore's anger causes the Seneschal to shrink slightly. No, the tumults of the rebel are always contained within their own territory. This is too well organized. It is spreading too rapidly. The incident with the rampaging servitors may be connected to what is transpiring now. Possibly. Quite likely. Theodore winces and flicks the switch on her box a few times. We will investigate at a later time. Right now we need to isolate the affected compartment and try to assess the situation. What are your orders? She breaks eye contact with you. Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arc Militant requires aid. And be quick about it. Alright. We got another assignment. I'm not exactly sure where I would have to go. I don't... Nah, this is an elevator. Probably not. Can we loot these people? No. Sad fuzzy. Because when the loot is good, the fuzzy is happy. Oh, they're shooting. Can I join the shooting? Or is it just... Okay, I guess. Nah, okay. That's just bringing me back. Let's probably go here. Are you Mort? Yes, you are. I remember and recognize that Melta anyway. Explain yourself. What is going on? Cannot work will let out a sigh of relief upon seeing. Thank you. Thank Providence you are alive and well. Always on time, eh, Kunrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's done. You could set your chrono by it. Kunrad pointedly looks away from the Arc Militant to you. Mort, pull yourself together. The Arc Militant looks back at you. What did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We are all done here. I report right away. Mort pulls his vox from the belt and hurriedly reports on the situation. Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent, the Vox Master's not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer deck and my Arc Militant is just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case of warp madness? Have some of my crew lost their mind and forgotten who they are and whom they serve? Report. I have not yet received word from the Engineerium regarding any Geller field failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only vox casts from the lower base are one-way heretical gibberish. Volkvier pauses. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage was planned in advance. Perhaps this is an organized mutiny. Mutiny? But who would attempt a mutiny here in the war? A mutiny against the Emperor's anointed? Execute the traitors, every last one of them. I think we're pretty much going with that one. We must provide immediate assistance to those still on the middle decks. Perhaps we might stop this wave from spreading. If this is indeed a severe case of warp madness, then the situation is dire. We're definitely gonna execute the traitors. First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. I have the means to do both things at once. Her expression changes as her eyes flash ominously. Theodore looks at Volkvier. Edelstrat, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard the ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a great threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons. That's true though. I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on Transitional Deck 18. Blasted. Master of Whispers, find Edelstrat immediately. Seneschal, locate Slash and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arc Militant with me. I must go to my study. And it appears that we might encounter heretics along the way. Hans, Theodora glances at you thoughtfully. If I may, Lord Captain. Volkvier's voice is soft and cautious. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance, and if our goal is to bring Edelstrat back, I could use some support. After all, I'm not as adept at directly confronting enemies of the house as the esteemed Arc Militant. And taking into consideration Edelstrat's psyker powers, I guess the decision was made up. I'm gonna help this guy. Then settled. Hans, find Edelstrat and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator, she points at the massive doors, leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand? In whatever state. What does that mean? Conrad coughs. We are in the warp. Considering the attack, there could be a disruption in the Geller field and the infiltration of malevolent forces onto the decks. Psychers can react to such things in most unpredictable ways. Enough, Master of Whispers. You must not allow my heir to turn into a mindless mutant and to perish under enforcer fire. Do whatever it takes to bring Edelstrat back to me. I hear and obey, Lord Captain. I shall do everything in my power. I cannot promise that I won't let our dearest heir somewhere along the way, that I lose him. Theodore shakes her head. Conrad, keep an eye on our spirited guest. You are personally responsible, Mort. I think she didn't appreciate my way of thinking there. I mean, he's my opponent, so, you know. Volkvier gives you a nod. Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear. I shall make do. Lead the way. I have a proposition. Since I'm the more important person here, you can go in front to shield me from potential threats. Sounds wise. You had better not fail me. The Lord Captain made it clear that relying on you is a fraud with risk. Let's take number 2 just for the fun of it. He smiles faintly. Certainly, Lady Theodora would be devastated if she were to lose one of her precious heirs, but that is no longer relevant. With a pop and a sharp crackle, something hits you in the abdomen and you are consumed by unbearable, gut-wrenching pain. What? Oh, that bastard! He backstabbed me. He's a traitor, probably. I mean, that was not very smart to say, because it's kind of obvious by now, but... I feel betrayed. I still hope they at some point take up the voice acting again, because I kind of don't want to read all these texts badly for you. Also would be more relaxing for me. Oh, there we go.
Be gentle with our guest. He has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warren Chamber. And for that, I need him breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful.
WH40K, you two-faced scum, you are the one behind this mayhem.
How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. You have the option to share it voluntarily, or I will squeeze it out of you myself. We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel.
I'm thinking about option 2. What is it in red? Is your blood too thin for the Sentinel?
On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for?
And I succeeded my coercion. What sort of pathetic excuse do we even have for your apostasy, your sordid, wretched piece of Grog's shit?
Wretched? What do you know about wretchedness? Theodora's cur. Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion. But thank the gods it no longer has power over me. Humanity can rot. I no longer serve mortal kind.
Seduced by the forces of chaos.
Once my work is done, I'll make that pompous wench Fon Valencius watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. And you will be the instrument by which I will accomplish this righteous act.
Skill tests and dialogue. One of the available dialogue options requires making a skill test. Unlike with passive tests, okay. Pretty obvious. Fight the voices in your head, get out, I'm not your puppet. It will do as you require, but it will find a way to make you pay for this. You feel enough threats, I will comply with your demands. I guess that's the one we have to do the skill check for. The voices in your head giggle and mock you, desperate outcry. You feel this intriguing influence forcing you onto your feet and making you take a step forward, the gates looming in the center of the chamber. So we probably failed that now. There was no indication though, so yeah. In the gateway arc, you see a cogitator with a human likeness built into the front panel. As you approach, the torso twitches slightly. This is a servitor, an obedient automaton created from a lobotomized human being. The Sentinel turns its head to you, one of its eyes socket lighting up with two ember-like irises. And we can do a tech use check, examining the device. Let's try that. 85% chance. Tech use succeeded. You carefully inspect the design of the gate cogitator. What immediately catches your eyes is the strange alloy that was used as material for the machine's components, some of which are unfamiliar to you. You suspect this might be some kind of archaeotech relic, and regain 20 experience. The servitor on the gate begins to move. With a screeching and groaning of metal, it leans forward, closer to you. Its lower jaw opens with a drawn-out shriek, much wider than the jaw of a living human could. The servitor's mouth is filled with sharp, metallic fangs that glint in the dim light. The vid screen to the right of you lights up, showing strings of mysterious symbols on a green background. A whisper runs through your consciousness, insisting, demanding sacrifice. The voice that filled your head after Volkbear wounded you with his blade did not go away. On the contrary, their sources coiled itself into a tight knot somewhere in the depths of your mind. We can examine the sentinel, place our hand into the drawer, look back, look for anything that could use as a weapon. Let's do that first. You look around in hopes of finding at least something that could work as a weapon. Your search is in vain. The chamber's anteroom is completely empty and in perfect working condition. Nary a broken panel or a protruding piece of rebar inside. Let's just go through the option.
I suggest you hurry.
Let's examine the sentinel. The servitor looks noticeably different from the ones you are used to. The skin is covered in the skin covering is stitched together with copper thread, and it has metal hinges in place of the standard joints. It seems that the creator of the sentinel did everything to ensure that the service life of this unit would be much longer than that of ordinary automatons. And we only can place our hand in sadly. The sentinel jaws clamp around your hand, puncturing your skin and sinking into your flesh. A few dark drops fall into the servitor's throat, and immediately you hear humming, and as the servo motors start up and pump steer into motion, the windscreen of the cogitator flickers. Several long minutes pass. The sentinel jaws remain closed, and you are beginning to feel sick. Perhaps if you were to lean against the gate, you could catch your breath, maybe even close your eyes and pretend none of this ever happened.
High levels of caustic humours. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance?
Okay, let me hold on a sec. This machine is voice line, but the Lord Captain, like Theodora, is not. What? I feel like. Never mind. You do not understand where this quiet voice is coming from, crackling like static. Is it the sentinel, the cogitator? It is a figment of your very mind. Whichever it is, you can clearly hear every word. Who is this? Yes, I do require assistance. I suppose this is the onset of the warp madness they warned me about. I must have lost my mind.
Request accepted. Initiating defense protocol.
Oh, okay. What? I did not really ask for help, but took the onset of the warp madness. Tarantula, to the rescue. Oh, get burned, heretics.
Well, there is still another way.
Okay, we should check the warrant chamber. Then let's check everything. The enormous gate matched the importance of the thing they protect. The massive doors are made of heavy metal and look impregnable. Is there anything else here? Well, just that huge alpha. Let it be known that by my will and the true words of this document, I appoint this person to be the bearer of the warrant of trade and bestow upon them what? Okay, sorry, that was a little fast. To be the paragon of humanity unbroken by adversary, the walk great. Jesus, this is so fast, sorry. Read it yourself. I can't keep up with how fast they are pushing this.
Escort the child of the house to safety.
What madness is happening here? Who are you? Who addresses me? I need to contact someone, preferably Theodora. I need a weapon. I'm utterly defenseless.
Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations.
The server skull goes silent. It relays clicking. Second after second passes and realize that the server skull will not answer you. What in the madness is happening here? Who are you? Who?
Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel standing by.
Are you the Warrant Sentinel?
Mobile unit of the Warrant Sentinel designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the Rogue Trader's subjects. Mobile unit standing by. Voxcast frequencies disrupted. Initiating setup. Establishing connection.
Voxmaster, restore communication with the Navigator's Sanctum. I am trying to contact the bridge. If anyone can hear me on this frequency, regroup all available forces and head to the upper decks at once. I repeat, regroup all available forces and head.
Communication protocols breached. Signal latency assessment unavailable. Unable to establish two-way connection.
Lead me away from
Middle
here.
and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, Preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of the warrant is secured.
Journal. Okay, I mean, the journal is pretty straightforward. We don't need to read that. It's just what you have fit. Oh, what? Ah, yeah, that was where I was backstep. I was a little bit confused how I failed the quest already. I was kind of set to fail there. Oh. There's something to push. Ah, yeah, seal the Warren Chamber. That was what I was supposed to do. Was what I was wanting to say. Holy shit. That was quite a tongue breaker.
What? Whatever are you doing in the Warren Chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me. What is the meaning of this?
Conrad Voigtveer is a traitor. When we parted ways on the officer's deck, he stunned me somehow and brought me here. How did you find me? Are you with the traitor Voigtveer?
Master, with all due respect, what nonsense are you saying? Conrad? A traitor?
Voigtveer openly admitted that he's the mastermind behind the mutiny. Unquestionably, so it would seem, but he's not here and we have a mutiny to end. Why don't we leave matters of etiquette for another time? For a mere sentinel, you are asking too many questions. Let's go with Voigtveer admitted.
Then it is small wonder that the heretics are so well organized. I thought his order to seal the passages between decks was his attempt to stop the attackers from spreading to other levels. But now I see the real reason. It was to stop the enforcers from intervening. At least you are alive, and now safe, Master. Alas, I doubt we can afford to look for a compartment to sit out this disaster. You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And, for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense. Here.
Nice. We just got a las gun, a flak chest plate, and a medikit. So yeah, I mean, healing injuries is also pretty straightforward.
Is always there for you.
Okay, he has the medikit, so let's do that on us. Got it. We also got some stuff, so let's check this out, I think. Can we also just... oh yeah, just right click it. Can he take the other back also? Yes. Or can we stack them? No, cannot stack them, sadly. That guy has a sword and a mesh chest plate. Okay. Okay.
That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials ahead.
Well, a las gun is not really an improvement, but at least we can
The
do
lower
pew
decks
pew.
are teeming with heretics, instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is the least of our problems. The ship's enforcers are rounding up the scoundrels and suppressing the resistance. The situation on the middle decks is much worse, although strike teams have already been dispatched there. All communication with the bridge and the engineering bay was lost. So, apart from scattered voxcasts, we have no information to go on. But that is not the worst of it. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. If we can manage that, some aboard this vessel may yet survive.
What exactly has gone wrong with the translation?
I am no helmsman. Oh, God Emperor preserve me, navigator. However, I've spent my entire life aboard void ships equipped with warp drives, and I know that portents such as these do not bode well. It could be that the Gellerfield has fallen. Perhaps the navigator was struck down by warp corruption and is fighting for the last shreds of his humanity as we speak. If we get thrown off course, we will be forever lost in the war. Naturally, we would likely not have long to live in that scenario. But I will not resign myself to such an outcome just yet.
How did you find me?
You sent me a Vox message. Specifically, a Voxcast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive. You mean to say you did no such thing?
I think the Warren Sentinel may have sent that message. It appeared when I opened the chamber.
Warren Sentinel? The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did. And I did not see anything of the sort. The warrant chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that whatever it is that you did, you must have activated certain processes and caused the Sentinel to awaken. But then, why did none of it happen when Lady Theodora did the same?
I heard one of Theodora's vox cats.
Lady Theodora's. Which one? The last one I received was about the Navigator's Sanctum, and that was a good while ago. In any case, let us hope that the Lord Captain is well, and safely in charge of the ship's defense. In the meantime, we must do all we can to prevent the ship from veering off course.
What can we expect to find in the Navigator's Sanctum?
During warp transit, the Sanctum is closed to all who are not involved in traversing the Empyrean. And for good reason. For the Navigator to open their third eye and perceive the way, the Sanctum must be bathed in the energies of the Immaterial. Only a Navigator can withstand such an ordeal. For the rest of us, any contact with the warp is fraught with perils such as loss of sanity, spontaneous mutations, and death.
I am under no obligation to take such risks.
I concur that under ordinary circumstances, interrupting the Navigator's solitude would be equivalent to suicide. Right now, however, our sacrifice could prevent the demise of a rogue trader, a void ship of the Imperium, and all her crew, armaments, and equipment. The choice is obvious.
So we can either go like glorious ahead, or we doing the pussy out. But as I said, I want to be devotional to the Empire and the Emperor itself, so let's do it for the Imperium. To arms, loyal sons and daughters of the God Emperor, fight the heresy and corruption that threatens to consume our home, and with all your might destroy those who have dared.
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the Vox networks are set up for broadcast transmission, not message exchange. Splendid. While the Rogue Trader inspires proper resolve to fight in her subjects, you and I shall prove that her trust in us is well deserved. Onward!
To be honest, okay. Well,
Show them no mercy.
I mean, tactical phase is just preparing for battle, placing your troops as you would like. It's nothing too special. We know that from games like XCOM, in example. That one was a melee guy, so I probably would want to place him somewhat closer to them. Maybe here. I don't know if they have the first turn, so I at least want to keep a little distance. Oh yeah, now I see they are doing their turn first, so getting a little distance probably is not bad. Yeah, also we got a new class with the new skills that we will surely test out soonish. Oh, okay, I read it wrong. Actually, it's our turn first. My bad, my bad. I mean, I could do the charge on this one. If I understood that correctly, it's basically an attack that you do immediately after closing in on an enemy, but let me... I think I can do two attacks like that, basically smack him once and then the charge, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I didn't see how we slaughtered him, that was a little bit sad. But attack of opportunity is, if I understood that correctly, when somebody just passes you. Okay, we can go strike that one though. Shall do so. Brace for impact. For 1 round, the Navy officer and the allies in his fleet shall gain +2 deflection for each archetype by the Navy officer.
At your back and
Let's try that. Maybe that helps. Of course, I kind of moved him in a little bit of a bad spot here. Okay. Let's get a little bit closer, I guess. Just for the accuracy, hopefully to be a bit better. 65. Okay, let's go with that one. Maybe not the best choice, as he already had done his turn, if I think about it. Then the run and gun again. Yeah, everyone's 35, so let's just try to take the closest one. Sad. I mean, technically I hit him from the visuals, but yeah. It is as it is. Stop screaming. You're about to die. Friendly fire is also a thing, okay.
Just a minor setback.
Actually, they're... Thank you. They're doing just as I would have liked them to do, because we got the cleave, which is... Yes, an AoE attack. I should be able to kill them both at once. Yes. Smaggity and rushity. I like this guy. Yes. End the turn. I always want to switch by clicking the other character, but it's the end turn button. Ah, come on. Hans, you are disappointing. Oh. That was a bad choice, mate. Experience points. You can advance the level of your companions. Nice. Let's have a look at that. Okay. Okay, that looks complicated. Oh no. I think it's just... Oh yeah, it's probably just going around, if I see that correctly. It's filling up this. And then we probably don't have too much to choose from. Let's have a look. Oh, okay. We got several skills. I would think that, like, with the green thumb is the recommended ones. The skill effect by agility reduce, deactivate traps, also used to blast containers or open breaks through closed doors and block passages. The skill is affected by perception. It encompasses subconscious ability to react to things. Awareness allows a character to notice traps, clearly hidden in secret passages, unusual, suspicious. We also could do athletics, Medicae, or coercion. I think I'm gonna go with the coercion, even though it's not directly recommended, just because we already pushed this kind of a little bit before. So yeah. How do I take that? Probably. Maybe? Yes. Yeah, same for you. Carouse. This skill is affected by the toughness. It presents the ability to resist negative effects applied by some poison stimulators or alcohol. May give new dialogue options. Or we can take athletics. Also coercion, demolition, or Medicae. I think I will take the carouse. Alright, so much for the level up. Pretty straightforward, I must say. Not too many options.
Light of terror, guide our
Oh,
way.
and we can loot? Defeated enemy have no further need for the former belongings. I agree with you. What do we have? Swords and a less pistol. Oh, which actually seems to be better than my last gun. So let's check that out. Oh yeah, we got two weapon loadouts, so if I'm not mistaken, I should be able to switch between
nice
those two
little
in
straw.
combat. Here's a map of your void ship. It consists of several parts between which you can travel. Some parts are not yet available, but over time your characters will be able to access them. Our void ship? I like the sound of that. Let's go to the Navigator Sanctum, I guess. The options were a bit limited.
The Navigator Sanctum is direct.
And who are you? Oh, probably Psycha. Idira, yeah.
He will enter the halls of the blinded guide and witness the radiance of the final dawn through the cracks and fall victim to a whim of fate.
Master, watch your head. Idira, would it be too much to ask that you phrase your soothsayings plainly for once? That was too close.
Oh, she tried to forewarn us, so I also didn't get that.
Sorry, old man. The voices are so loud I can't even hear myself. They shriek, they sing, they... Oh, Abelard, how they sing!
This is Idira Tlas, personal psyker and diviner. of Her Ladyship Theodora von Valensis. Adira?
I'm not drunk, old man. I'm suffering the effects of the warp that is seeping through these walls. I see the ship's fate. To die in the waves of the Immaterium, fall under the burning rays of the final dawn. And in the roaring blaze, I see a figure standing. Who is it? I have no answer.
I just want to say that voice acting is fucking fabulous. Well, I just think I know that voice actor. I'm just thinking about it from which games. The entity in your consciousness shrinks and crawls in deeper. It claws scraping against the wall of your mind as if the present is trying to hide from the seer standing before you. A diviner are you? What are you doing here?
The voices from beyond the threshold whisper to me. Sometimes their murmurs are clear, they grant insight. Sometimes they drive me mad. But I am patient. I know how to listen and discern. But now, with this clamor around me, too many voices, too loud. And you are von Valancius, one of Lady Theodora's heirs. Well then, we finally meet.
You hear a few clicks from the relays on the server skull which has followed you all the way here, and Theodora's scrambled words give way to a voice vaguely familiar to you. Officer's frequency. To all you can hear me, those with a weapon in their hands are together on the officer's deck at once. I repeat, gather on the officer's deck at once and prepare to launch a counterattack.
That's Edelthrat. Oh, Emperor's Providence. The other heir lives as well. Quickly, we must head to...
And why is just half of the game voice line? That's what I feel like. All the characters that are not voice line might die early or something, just like in a movie.
Not so fast, old man. If we drown in the warp, Lady Theodora's heirs won't be any good to us. If Edelthrat's like me and hasn't yet surrendered his mind or body to the mercy of the warp, then he can still hold on a little longer without us.
Blast it. You're right. First, we need to deal with what is happening here.
How do you know who I am?
What? You think Lady Theodora didn't ask me to peek into the darkness behind the backs of those she sees as her prospective heirs? I have seen you. I have seen the footsteps of your past and the wounds of your heart.
You flinch at the seer's words. No doubt she's referring to the nightmares, the tortures inflicted upon your body and mind. Your muscles contract involuntarily, as if steeling themselves once more for the inevitable pain.
The whispers called me. The ones I could make out among all the screams and screeches. Those who are rocking this boat hit us where it hurt. They went after the navigator, our guide through the warp. Other whispers called me to the enginarium, but it was too late. I heard the cry of our master Cog, and the silence that followed.
What? You don't mean the Enginseer Prime is...
Said, without a doubt. And the voices wail, heralding countless nightmares, cackling at each soul among the hundreds that are now joining the warp. The shriek from the navigator's sanctum was louder than the rest. And it's better that we saved the navigator than some lever puller from a cooling module or a cook from the middle decks.
She's totally right about that.
Oh no. No. Nothing is well about him. Can't you feel the chill crawling on your skin? The eyes watching you? The warp ice has already encased the bulkheads. What?
Oh, shit. I continued too early.
But we're not just going to stand here and take it, are we? The state of things in here suggests there's a navigator around. Maybe one who's crippled or at death's door, but still kicking. And since our skin hasn't peeled off our faces just yet, his third eye must be closed. At worst, it's a little roughed up. So what are we moping around for? Let's go protect that noble mutant while we're still alive.
Holy hell, it's Lifeline from Apex Legends. That So what are we moping around for? That was definitely Lifeline from Apex Legends. Holy fuck! I also think it's Shadow Gambit. There's this captain. I think it's also the lady that voice lined the captain of Shadow Gambit. But she's outstanding. I really love her work. This is so good. She's by far the best voice actor in this game as of yet. Idira has joined the party. We now got a Psyker. Nice.
Something ominous lurks ahead.
Is there anything else here? Do we have to enter the door? Probably, yes. God, that gave me actually goosebumps sometimes when she was talking. So good. Oh, the navigator is being attacked by heretics. But we shall show them the righteous path of the Emperor. I think we might... Yes, we are just jumping over in battle. Abelard is gonna go on the offense for sure. Let's put him over here. And those two, I guess I'm putting them in cover. Start battle. Oh, they also got a Psyker. That's bad. That is a problem. Let's try it like that. I need to be able to charge afterwards. I hope the distance is enough for that. So I can take two out. Okay. Sadly, that was not enough. Does that work? No. Same minimum. I'm not really... Target is too close. Okay. But how is that target not too close? Okay, never mind. Never mind.
It will be done.
Don't want to overthink it. Don't do that again, please. Hologram. You can use the hologram to gauge the effectiveness of your intended actions in combat before taking them. Click left mouse button on any accessible cell on the battlefield to place the character's hologram there. Select an ability or single shot attack to see the expected outcome. The action will be displayed. Okay. So you can basically preview your turn. And okay. I don't think I need to be doing that right now. It's pretty straightforward. That I'm not in the best of situations. 50% for hitting that guy, 50% to hit the pillar. How's the single shot? 58, 65. I think let's try to shoot this one. This one is in range of Abelard, so I'm gonna try to attack him afterwards. Also we'll try to do the run and gun, I think. Maybe get a first shot on the Psyker. Don't think this is the best position to try it, but we're still gonna do it. Oh, I can't even hit him from here. I expected something like that, but still had to try it. So let's do this one then maybe. No, okay. Can't have it all. Don't shoot me, please. Idira's ability. Idira's a Psyker and operative. As an operative, she can study opponents and identify their weaknesses, and her Psyker abilities allow her to deal damage to them. Okay. What do we have? Forewarning. One friendly creature within 10-cell radius. Psyker increases target dodge and parry by 10% until the end of combat. Okay. Let's do that for Abelard, actually. And I got the Psychic Screech. Let's test out the other Psyker, I guess. Oh, I forgot about that guy. Ooh, almost one-shotted him. So good. Analyze enemies. Yeah, why not? Let's analyze your body.
Was that you? Or...
Feel analyzed. Okay, so hopefully this time I'm getting the charge in also. Not that one, that one. Regular attack is enough, thank you. And let's try to charge that one. Yes.
I took care of this one.
Eat the chainsaw to your face. Well, at least she dodged. That's a good thing. You know what? Let's make sure we are breaking this cover. I guess this one should be sufficient. Nice. He just melted away. The creature in the chair appears as if it has become one with its throne. You see pink parchment-like skin stretched between the seats and the limbs that have too many joints for a normal human being. The navigator is breathing heavily, the air whistling as it exits through the two dark gill-like slits on its cheeks. The creature's eyes are shut, the two ordinary eyes as well as the third one that sits in the center of its forehead. I believe Master Vespidius still lives. This Abelard flinches at the sight of the stretched skin and dark marks on the face of the creature. The servants are dead, but the chamber, thank the Emperor, is still sealed from the warp. Well, we have a chance of leaving this space alive. Give Abelard a pointy look. Address Idira. What is wrong with him? Approach. Address the navigator. Hey, are you alive? Let's try to check Idira's. Idira Wins is wounded, exhausted, fighting back the endless horrors of the warp that are forcing their way into his head. Pick one. The navigator steers, barely able to lift his head and half open his normal eyes. A dark prop rolls from under the closed slit of the third eye and draws his face, leaving behind a black trail. Your time is short. The voice is coming from the Vox grill at the base of the bizarre chair. It is unclear how the navigator is able to produce human speech. Our time is short to do what? Are you alright? You are in need of help. We have to get you out of that chair. Now that's a very bad idea. Suddenly the navigator's body starts thrashing in place. It lurks forward, then falls back onto the seat, then thrusts forward again as its bones crack and its skin tears open. However, the fusion between the body and the chair appears to be stronger than these wild impetuses. The mutant remains seated but leans as far forward as he can, his layered raiment slowly turning crimson. The gill slits burst open, forming two hideous screaming mouse-like pits. Fall to your knees, mortals, beyond the final dawn. Behold. Idira shrieks in terror. It came from beyond. His body is not his. Idira screams is echoed by the silent cries in your head. The unseen creature triumphs at the sight of the navigator succumbing to the paroxysmus of corruption. Its march thunders under the burden of hopes. Unseal your hearts, and I will flood your souls with myriads of words and meanings, each one a potent of salvation within me. The navigator continues to convulse violently in his seat, shrieking and cackling, but then his fits stop abruptly. His face is drenched in black and crimson. The dark ooze under his third eyelid has turned from a trickle into a stream mixed with the blood coming out of his nose, and there is purplish swelling around the eye. Run, flee from this place while I still have the strength. The words come out of the Vox as a labored rattle. I can't contain the intrusion, but not for long. We must begin the translation. Leave the warp. But it can't be done without the Master's helpsman help. Who torments you? I mean, it's probably Nurgle or Zinch. Nah. I want to help you. Tell me how. I cannot bear to see his agony any longer. I would rather put an end to it. The navigator is still alive, but barely so. What do we do now? I guess that one is kind of the smartest. Gazes at the figure in the chair. The ship can only begin the translation with the assistance of the Master Helmsman, if he is still alive. It is worth a try. We must get to the bridge, but we will need support. Our only option is to fight our way to the officer's deck and join forces with Edelthread and his people. I believe we will also find Lady Theodora there. She must have heard the call to arms that the Server Skull relayed to us earlier. Vespidius, good luck and thank you. A navigator does not give her a response. Black tears mixed with blood are streaming from under the closed eyelids, and the box at the base of the chairs below wing our static okay. Resistant echoes of otherworldly laughter. These words are sometimes so complicated. I'm sorry. I will try to get better in reading this. For sure. Let's have a look as Vespidius. The navigator appears dead. Only slight movement of his chest and twitching of his eyes let you know that he is still alive. So, we can still loot the heretics. Let's take all that good stuff.
Whatever you wish.
Alternative weapons in combat. Okay, yeah, I mean, I already saw that before. It's that you got different loadouts. Actually, what are these? Scrappy autogun. It doesn't seem to be really good. I think the last gun should be better. Then again, I'm kind of thinking of giving him also a melee weapon, just in case an enemy gets close. Let's see, can he take... Oh, he can also take something like that. That's actually rather interesting. Well, all in all, these weapons are not very strong. So yeah.
I'll warn you if I hear anything.
Anything else I might have missed? There's one more body. This should be it, I think.
The
Yes.
future is never certain.
Okay, so we were coming from here, so probably this direction. Or maybe not. Maybe this direction. Yes. Oh, officer's deck. Well, besides the fact that something is voice line, something not, I really enjoy this game. They nailed the atmosphere and everything, so yeah, I think we are down to a winner here.
I shall pity not your enemies. I shall heed not their pleas.
Oh, everybody gangsta until the Sister of Battle
I
arrives.
shall betray not your tenets, nor stray one step from them. Take not your gaze from me. Leave me not without your grace.
I told you he would protect us.
My God, my light, my Emperor.
Everybody's scared. From the regular crewmen, obviously not us. The white-haired warrior turns to face you, her dark eyes blazing, the weapon quivers in her hands, and for a brief moment, I want that bolter. For a brief moment, she sees not going to stop and will instead continue eliminating every target she sees, starting with you.
Sister Argenta! Sister Argenta, it is a relief to see you. We require all the forces we can muster.
Your face, it is unfamiliar. Who are you?
Hans van Klobuskop van Valencius, the Lord Captain Ayers. And just who are you to be so brazen about your inquiries? I shall introduce myself after you do the same.
Allow me, Sister Argenta, sacred warrior of the Adepta Sororitas. Sister, this is Master von Valencius, a member of the Rogue Trader's house.
The hour is dark and daunting. The ship abounds with corruption. The faces of friends who are twisted by sneers of heresy. The eyes of comrades ignite with the archenemy's hunger. I will do what I must to halt the advance of the dark forces. But in these dire moments, little can be trusted. So I must know, why are you here?
Sister, I beg of you. Now is not the time for interrogations. The ship is under attack by heretics. We've been betrayed by our esteemed Master of Whispers. Edelthrad the Heir is waiting for our aid, and Lord Captain Theodora is expecting a report on our success. We are here to deal with the situation, so I suggest we all do just that.
I'm definitely going with option 3. Do not even think to insinuate that I'm one of the traitors. I will not such an affront slide.
That answer does you credit. Only the truly righteous would be so provoked by the accusation of heresy.
I like her already.
I cannot wait to rain righteous fire down upon each and every heretic.
I like her even more. What is the warrior of the Adepta Sororitas doing aboard the Rogue Trader ship? You ordered serve the ecclesiarchy, do they not?
Sister Argenta is a guest of the Lord Captain. And that story deserves its own time and conversation. Under more appropriate circumstances.
Enough idle chatter. I am where I must be, and that will suffice.
Who are these people with you?
Overseer of Middle Deck AL-84, my lord. We were rounding up everyone we could find in the attack compartments when we ran into an ambush. Just about every enforcer fell. These are the survivors.
If you could see my face now, you would see confusion. Because this guy is voice line. Lord Captain, not voice line. I mean, don't get me wrong here. I'm enjoying this. I'm not saying this is anything bad. It's maybe it's budget related. I don't know. But this feels so strange. Why this guy doesn't seem as important as someone as maybe the Lord Captain itself? I mean, even if, like, I don't know, it seems like she will die early or whatever. Maybe this guy's with us for the whole rest of the game. I don't know. But what the hell? This feels so wrong. I don't know. Let me know what you think about this. I had it. What is happening on the officer's deck?
Massacre, my lord. And heretics are not just killing the crew.
I feel like the game is trolling me.
Is sweeping through the decks, filling the air. I saw people going mad the moment they breathed it in, screaming about their dead comrades, tearing out their eyes. I implore you, my lord, be on your guard.
We must get to the main hall on the deck.
I shall join you, for it is my duty to the God Emperor to destroy this heresy.
We're gonna go going to be the bestest of friends.
We will follow. For now, we will hold off any heretics who might try to crawl in through the cracks to join the main assault. And we'll take a look at the generators while we're at it. Those villains made a mess of the cables. Oh, I wish we had a Tectomat with us. But we'll see what we can do without one.
Good to hear it. Sister?
Ready. May Terra's light illuminate our path through fire and darkness.
Okay, she just joined us. Let's have a quick look at her equipment.
As if a field of flowers was blossoming nearby. A
Cheers.
child was saved from death. 1,000 heretics were burning alive, begging and sobbing and howling.
Okay, nice to have you with us, I guess. Watcher. And she has unfading valor, obviously a bolter. Really nice, really nice. I think it's way better than my last gun actually, but I'm not gonna steal it from her. I'm not that stupid. Door's closed, but the lock looks intact. It can probably be opened with the right tool.
They're trying to tell me something.
Okay. Oh, there's something to loot. Oh, did we miss that? Alright, sorry that there was just a cut and a jump. Basically there was not too much to miss, just some looting, but I got real trouble recording this game. Whenever anything in my system happens, like Windows does anything or whatever, or I don't know, Steam does anything, the recording stops and it doesn't notify me. So actually I played this already 4 times, and every time at some point afterwards the recording just stopped, or like just before this right now. And I forgot to save, and yeah, the autosave only gives you so much options to go back, and as I didn't want to replay everything as up to this point, we are missing like 2 minutes of the game here. I hope you excuse that. I really have to figure out how to get a steady recording on this thing going. It's highly frustrating, to be fully honest here, and yeah, but let's focus on the game now. The most infuriating thing is I literally played like 1 hour already after this point without realizing it does not record anymore. So everything that is going to come I already know. There was a lot of reading, which is doubly frustrating, to be fully honest. Well, let's not get our spirits down, right? Yeah, I'm gonna burst fire just into the group and see how this is gonna turn out.
Is worthless. Eradicated.
Kill one more, please. Okay, that was not too great. I hope you burst fire a little more to the right. Let's also try to run the gun and do one more shooting. Oh, I can even burst fire again. So, yeah, why not? Let's try that. Maybe I'm getting more lucky this time. Yep, that was way better. That was way better. Thank you so much. And the other skill of her raises our momentum, but I don't have any skills using momentum as of yet, as far as I realized it, so it doesn't make much sense to use it. We got this one that is an AoE spell. I will use it on these two to knock them out, hopefully. There we go. Oh no, they are getting reinforcements. I totally did not knew that. Well, healing combat, but we don't need to do that, luckily, as of yet at least. Hold on. Yeah, let's do that first, I think. Then we're gonna smack this one.
Is imminent.
These guys are a little more tanky than the others, so we might need some more attacks. Can I charge this one? No. Okay. Should be graceful that they move near to each other. Idira is gonna have a good time with them. He explains cover there quickly. 35% for half cover, 60% for full body cover. Just as a quick explanation. Okay, these are a little bit far off. Let's try to shoot him in the back. Nice, that worked. Let's also do the run and gun again. I should have used that skill first. It gives you a bonus for an attack in one in the round. Okay, that worked perfectly actually. Gent has basically the same abilities as us, so this is not too interesting. As she is also a soldier. No, okay. Yeah, I accidentally did that. Doesn't make much sense though. Raises momentum, like mentioned earlier. We are not in need of that though. Let's just try to burst fire this one and hope we might be hitting some of the others also. Nice. That was really nice. And we need to reload very soon, but not yet. What are you even trying to hit? Can't touch this. There we go. Let's charge that one down, hopefully. Ah, sad. He parried. Why would you do that? Where's Idira even? Huh? I just realized she's dead? What the hell happened? What? I did not realize what happened there. Let's see how this is turning out. Okay, something must have got terribly wrong with inside the void there or what? This is the first time this happened. Okay, so this is also totally new for me. I don't have a freaking clue how Idira died there. Really not. Okay, that was not smart. 27%. Yeah. I just wondered why she doesn't get a turn, and then I see her dead body lying there. This is concerning.
Doubt is for the weak.
Let's use time to reload. I guess stuff like that happens if you already played the battles 3 times and the recording already always stopped. I sound a little bit cringe right now, but yeah, I don't know why this game is giving me such a hard time. I would have liked to have this video out way earlier, but because of all these recording troubles, it will take me way longer to actually get it online also for you guys and girls. Maybe. I don't know if too many women are interested in Warhammer 40k, but I know, probably there are some at very least. And it's a very good RPG besides that, and a lot of people like RPGs, right? And let's just try to get a little bit out of the line of fire here. And see if we can get lucky. Nope. Okay. Didn't expect to get lucky after what happened to Idira, but I don't even know if we will get her back, to be fully honest.
Commands, I act.
I'm not gonna do the run and gun for now.
Tried and tested tactics are the best ones.
Just let's see if we can get this any farther. Let's move next to him. Maybe he's dumb enough to try to move away, then we get a free hit, maybe. Okay, that worked. Nice. Attack denier. Okay, at least Idira stood up again and has full HP.
I'll warn you if I hear anything.
But that was so strange, like... Does it... Huh. It does not state that you can die using it, so I really don't know what happened there. Literally do not know. Let's quickly loot these fellas. They should have basically the same stuff as the others. Yeah, we can use a skill test on this door to open it, which we will be very soonish. I just want to get that loot quickly, because there was a lot of it in this room.
Marching on.
Yeah, I mean, the worst part about like having to record this multiple times, you kind of get stale. Like, I was enjoying this so much, was now having a good time and stuff, and now I'm kind of frustrated replaying all this, which dampens the spirit a little bit, and that's also something I dislike, because this game deserves better. The game is very good and super enjoyable, and the story keeps on enveloping very soonish after this spot. I think that's actually more... I don't know. I guess it's probably crafting materials. Not too sure about that one, but let's just take it in our inventory for now. Okay, should be alright. No, there's one more. This one. Okay, now we should be good. Yes. Let's keep going. Open the door, logic, open the door, logic. Let's... Your character is about to make a tech use skill test. Okay. I think that worked.
Whatever you wish.
I mean, there was this nice pinging sound, but it's still hard to say if or if not it actually worked. And I also probably should check if my recording works this time finally. An exact replica of the Valencia's void ship sits on the pedestal. Labels indicate. Yeah. Okay. Quickly gonna check if the recording actually worked, and then we're gonna progress from here. I'm very sorry for this. Okay, it actually worked. Hooray! So maybe after only 3 tries I can finally present you this.
A melter charge will help. There's probably one around here somewhere.
Okay. Didn't I pick that up already? Thought I should have it already. I guess I missed that chest. There we got melter charges and operator gloves. Nice. Let's equip those gloves quickly. We are the best in tech use, so
Blessed be the road that
we
take.
get them gloves. I like how it says key, but it's actually a melter charge, so...
Never doubt me.
Kaboom!
Light of
Nice interpretation
died
of
our
what the key means. There's just some loot to pick up in this area. If you don't do that by now, you cannot get back to that spot, so you should be doing that. Also, we got the option to try and open it with our tech skill, the multi-charge or multi-key. We will try the tech use, as it basically gives us the same chances. And it worked. Nice helmet, deck officer helmet, 5 armor. I think I'm gonna give it to Abelard. And we also got some level ups. These level ups are very straightforward, as you can only basically get one skill and don't choose from much, so I'm gonna do them quickly. I will present the skills during battle. These skills are actually not that important or not that great in my opinion, as they are very situational. Some are even more for like bosses basically, in my opinion, or like more tanky enemies.
Let's proceed.
Okay,
are the spearhead
that one
of the
chest is over on the other side. I can not get there by now. Already figured that out earlier. And now there's a lot of reading to come for me, which I already have done 2 times. So sad. Gotta click one more time. The roar of the flames rings in your ears, and the choking smoke makes you cough and gasp for air. You instinctively recoil from the scorching heat, wiping your face. A moment later, a hazy silhouette forms in the raging wall of fire. You are surrounded by ear-splitting noise and screaming, yet you distinctly hear the sound of footsteps. And then you see the figure walk out of the fire towards you. It is Theodora van Valencius. Your expression is calm, terrifyingly so for someone whose body is engulfed in an inferno. One of her hands is resting on the hilt of her power sword, the other is raised in an inviting gesture. Are you lost, my heir? Argenta goes as still as a statue, then slowly raises her weapon. An apparition, a sorcerous apparition, trickery of the warp. Sister, you will lower your weapon. Despite his commanding tone, Abelard does not sound too confident. He's staring at the Rogue Trader and you notice a muscle in his cheek twitching. Threatening the Lord Captain is outrageous. How did you get here? Aren't you in pain? This is impossible. I doubt you are aware of the limits of what is possible, Hans, for your worldview is but an iota of what the Rogue Trader knows and sees. But I can tell you that you would like me to share that knowledge with you, the power over reality. Theodora watches you without blinking. Her snake-like gaze almost makes you forget about the fire searing you, leaving burns on your skin. I can lead you out of these flames, Hans, show you a path, rid you of pain, and give you a weapon so that you may defeat your enemies. Decide. Your mouth begins to salivate. Each word Theodora speaks is like music to your ears. The entity that now dwells in the deepest recesses of your mind is pleading, begging, demanding that you give her an immediate answer. And that answer can be nothing other than acceptance. Do not listen to this abomination, Hans. If there's naught but his light is in your heart, if you are resolute in your fate, then step into the flames. The Emperor protects. His faithful will not be deterred by either darkness or deceitful promises, nor will the fire burn those who carry the torch of faith in their soul. To the void with you. We need to follow Lady Theodora before we suffocate in this furnace. The people, Hans, the survivors from the middle deck. We must help the crew, lead them out, find the way around. Then we'll miss our chance to meet up with Edel. Adira breaks off and starts coughing violently. Her knees buckle and she looks like she's about to fall. Hans, what are we waiting for? And now we get a choice of conviction. You got different convictions. Once you decide basically, or like go down a conviction strain, reaching rank 3, you cannot use the other convictions anymore. And it will influence how the world views you, what abilities you can get, and so on. I short this a little bit because I already read this 3 times. Dogmatic is the one I've chosen 2 times already because like I mentioned at the beginning, I want to be a righteous follower of the emperors and like a loyal. So this is basically the only thing I could have done. Heretical is not an option for sure. So yeah, I hope you could check these options out. Normally I read all those 3 options before, but I'm getting a little upset here. I just want to get to the point where I was before when I actually wanted to finish the first episode, and from then on I'm totally motivated again. Hopefully having figured out what went wrong during all these recordings before. We now got a little bit of dogmatic. You take a step forward and the illusion breaks. A wave of excruciating pain crashes over you and Theodora's voice fades into the firestorm. You hear the voices of her companions calling you from behind and the screams of the weak dying in the inescapable blaze. They were not righteous enough in their hearts. The blinding inferno, the harrowing pyre, the all-consuming storm releases you as you step out, barely able to stay on your feet. The blood is pounding in your ears, drowning out the world around you. Your eyes, caked in soot and burnt eyelashes, refuse to open. Free from the flames, you take 2 more steps before collapsing on to your knees. The rush of blood in your temples and the horrible pain all over your scorched body cloud your mind, before suddenly retreating as if driven away by some mighty will. A new strength spreads through your veins, and despite the wounds, your body is once more ready for trials and struggles. You open your eyes and see a glow with warm light before you. The Aquila, the sacred symbol of the Imperium. In the next moment you are struck with another realization. The repulsive presence, the one that has plagued your mind since Voigtbeer wounded you, is gone. The fire seems to have burnt the entity away without a trace.
Master, can you hear me? Oh, you're alive. which is more than I was expecting after what you just did.
Praise the Emperor. We passed through the flames. How can this be anything but a portent? For so it is said that the Emperor will bless the worthiest and most steadfast in their faith.
She really enjoyed what we did here. Behind Argenta you see Idera's dress doubled over in a fit of nausea. The rest of the people who were following you have withered away in the fire that continues to rage mere 2 steps away from you. The Emperor protects Seneca.
Indeed he does. Huh. If I hadn't seen it myself, I never would have believed.
Is there doubt in your mind? Shall we burn you alive, heretic?
What happened to Lady Theodora? Did she follow us?
There was no Theodora, witch. There was an illusion, a temptation, a foul taint that tried to lead us astray. But he perceived its true nature.
Is that right, Adepta Sanctimonious? What, we'll just pretend like we didn't see the Lord Captain standing there in the fire? Abelard, you tell her.
Whatever it was, it matters no longer. Your conduct is bordering on madness, your holiness. A path opened behind you, where one moment there was fire, the next only smoldering embers remain. But what am I saying? My eyes must have deceived me. Too much smoke for my lungs. Truly, would you have received wounds like these if there had been no fire?
The wounds are merely a sign of a trial laudably passed. It is something to be proud of, the same as decorations or badges of honor.
And we're just gonna rise and stand tall. No elements holds power over the righteous. Even if you were anticipating another wave of pain, it does not come. Your muscles feel strong and your limbs obey you without fail. And yet deep inside, somewhere next to your heart and stomach, you feel a certain tension, akin to that of a taut string. If you are at your limit, be it adrenaline or the strength of your fate, it will not carry you much farther. Edelthread von Valencia stares at you without trying to hide his astonishment and trepidation. Hans, do my eyes deceive me? I could swear that I just witnessed you step out of a pillar of fire with the rest following in your wake. I hurried here to join with your forces and the others. It is time to push the heretics back. It was the only way. We are here in response to your vox call. I loathe being late for an engagement. Nothing good ever comes of such rashness, yet it appears that the Emperor favors you. Edelthread examines you once more. Be that as it may, your wounds are highly worrying. And we can also check out Edelthread with our lore test, which we're gonna do, and we succeeded. Edelthread does not seem to have changed since you first met, but only at first glance. His face has taken a strange hue. The skin at his temples appear scaled, and his voice now has an uncanny screeching quality. These are not traces of fatigue and stress. The Psyker's body has begun to mutate, a consequence of contact with the warp. You are not in the best shape yourself, Edelthread. Psyker grins back at you. Notice the signs of my blessing, have you? Hans, yes, the warp is taking its toll, but I'm still sane and able to hold my weapon. I'll fight for the Van Valencia's bloodline to the end, and if the price is eternal course of mutation, so be it. My face will keep me upright with a weapon in my hand. That is all that matters. I can fight, at least for the time being. They certainly are ugly. I would rather sit this one out while you lot deal with the heretics. My face will keep me upright, obviously. Edelthread holds up his hand in a pelican gesture. Pray forgive my insistence. I shall not be the one to doubt the face of he who has passed a trial by fire. I have gathered everyone who answered the Vox call and was able to hold a weapon. Yet I do not see the Lord Captain or her Arch-Militant in our midst. We are still receiving messages in her voice, but she is not responding to direct requests. I saw Lady Theodora on the observation platform. When did you and she part ways? I was at this very elevator, Master Edelthread. The Lord Captain, accompanied by the Arch-Militant, headed to her chambers to retrieve an item of particular importance. After all we heard from her were Vox broadcasts. This is troubling and the timing is inopportune. I'm still receiving fragmentary reports from the bridge. Conrad Voigtier was spotted there, and even what scant intelligence on his activities I have reminds me of descriptions of sorcerous rituals. If that traitor has resorted to witchcraft, we must stop him at once. I shall go to Theodora's chambers to find her. I am ready for assault on the bridge. We must go to Theodora first. Edelthread nods, a reasonable approach. Take your escort with you. You may be Wayland. Once we have found the Lord Captain, you must beg her to go to the bridge and lead the counterattack. The Rogue Trader appearance is sure to fill the defenders' hearts with hopes, however frightened or exhausted they may be. Until we next meet, Hans, may the Emperor bless your deeds. I shall see you on the field of battle. And we get saluted, finally gaining some respect from our counterfeit heir that opposes us.
The light of terror shines for us.
The lift we have to go to is here, but there's one more
nice
item
little stroll.
that we can pick up, so I'm quickly gonna take it. As mentioned earlier, this stuff over here can now be picked up. And we can keep going. Please let the recording be still on. This game was about to break me. I really thought like just playing it for myself and not recording it anymore, because it's a very good game, but if you have to do every part 3 to 4 times, it's not that good anymore. I mean, I'm still enjoying it, don't get me wrong. It's really a good game as it is. Also, I feel like I'm getting different loot every time, which is also very interesting to me. So it's basically random when you open them up. Or, well, some of the items are the same. I had these goggles before, an example. Let's give my Lord Captain some logic.
Oh, this master-crafted patellar augment is not fit for a servitor.
Okay, maybe I finally have figured out a way that makes the recording a little bit more stable. It seems to be working now. A little bit more reliable. Yeah, basically I had to turn off Steam, or like into offline mode, for whatever reason. It's very strange behavior. And Theodora lied dead in front of our heroes.
Onward.
Let's quickly do the looting. We get another helmet. This one can only be worn by dogmatic followers, righteous to the Imperial. So basically only by me, or I think Argenta can also take it, so she will get it, as we got our logic goggles at the moment. The Palace organ seems to have been sitting idle for many years. Let's quickly take all that stuff.
Quiet. They're trying to tell me something.
We're just gonna equip these. This is an amulet that boosts our commerce and law, and this is our fellowship boost, which we are already pretty high in, so this is pretty good. I don't know when there will be skill checks involving this, but we hopefully shouldn't be having too many problems doing those, which are very high base rate already.
Blessed be the road that we take.
I think there was nothing over here if I remember correctly. Yes. Let's see what happens here now. The medicine looks like okay. Theodore van Valence's body is sprawled on the large blood-drenched desk. The Arch Militant's corpse, still clutching a weapon, is slumped against one of the bulkheads.
Emperor, accept thy faithful souls.
No! Lord Captain, I didn't hear a thing. Not a whisper, not a breath. It was so loud. Why didn't I foresee this?
Lord Captain, who would even dare? Unless that rat, Voidsphere.
Almost certainly he loves Theodore. I doubt that Voidsphere wishes humiliation and suffering upon Theodore, not a swift death. Or we can say nothing, but we're gonna go with the truth.
It could have happened in the heat of battle. Not to mention that Mort was here. And he would have protected Lady Theodora to the last. How could Mort have failed her so terribly? The Arch-Militant was born on a death world. He had lightning-fast reflexes.
I can look at things in my own way. If you find something that might bear the imprint of the killer, just give it to me, and I'll try to see what secrets it holds.
Just have to say again, her voice acting is so insanely good. An auto pistol shot went straight through Mort's forehead, spraying the floor and the furniture around with blood, brain matter, and shards of his skull. The safety on the Arch-Militant's weapon is off. The killer must have been a split second quicker than he. You lean closer to the body. The cause of death is apparent. What ended the Rogue Trader's life was an auto pistol shot, an extraordinary, accurate one at that. Theodora's face bears an expression of surprise, the last emotion she experienced in life. Something on the floor catches your eye, a heap of blood-spattered parchments and scrolls that might have fallen off the deck. As you lean down for a closer look, you notice something else. Small shards of glass scattered on the floor. Let's inspect the papers. Reports, account, dispatches. You go over the scrolls until you stumble upon a document that is starkly different from the rest. It is handwritten letters signed with the initials X and C, and is sealed with a symbol that is vaguely familiar to you. Items received. Lord, Imperium test succeeded. Sends a shiver down your spine. The author of this letter addressed to Theodora is signed with the seal of one of the holy orders of the Imperium's Inquisition. The secret police of the Imperium that relentlessly hunts heretics, xenos, and other enemies of humanity. Idea, would you try touching Theodora? You might be able to see through her eyes.
It doesn't work like that. I can try to read the memories of objects, but dead bodies are a different story. Something like that would require her soul. And after what we saw on the officer's deck, I won't risk searching for it in a warp.
It is difficult to say what exactly was broken. The object fell on the floor, and that is as much as you can say, sir. Upon closer examination, the shards appear iridescent rather than completely transparent, as if they had been submerged in promethium. Idira, what do these shards tell you?
I see streaks of color, luminescence, blue lights, faces drawing closer. Lady Theodora and Conrad and what is that? Ah! Something dark, enormous. Oh, this glass thing was something foul, that's for sure. Tainted witchcraft.
Yes, the crucible of battle calls to me once more.
She's getting excited.
No, wait! We must see if we can find anything.
Idira, you can't bring her back. Let her go.
You'd give up so easily, old man? I expected as much from the sister. It's not like she has a heart. But you? Oh no. I'll get to the bottom of this. I'll find the one responsible for murdering the Lord Captain. And when I do, that scum will regret the day they were born.
I like her attitude.
The future is never certain.
Alright, and that's actually where I would like to end the first episode. Originally it was a little bit faster, but I finally want to get this episode out, and I think like roughly a little bit more than 1.5 hours should be enough for that. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry for the cuts, sorry for the struggles and sometimes my bad reading. I feel like I'm getting a little bit better over time, just because I'm getting used to reading English again. reading out English loud again. I should better say okay.
Yes.
These commentaries are concerning sometimes, but let me know what you think about the game. I think actually this game is outstanding. I just can't imagine how good it will be getting, and I'm really impressed about the systems they added, because I mean there's no real like paper or black sheet, or how are you calling it, like a print, like a blueprint for how to do in Warhammer RPG, as it was not really done. Besides, like, okay, we got the is it called Inquisitor? I think it's Warhammer40k Inquisitor, where you basically have this Diablo style action RPG, but that's far away from being a classical RPG or CRPG. So yeah, yeah, I definitely will continue with this as soon as possible, because I just want to play it myself and continue. So I hope you enjoyed, hope to have you back for another one. Wishing you the very best, and hopefully see you soon. Goodbye.